It is a chilly November morning. Got down to 26, I think, last night. So I went ahead and scheduled the installation. Is going to be done in a couple weeks. So we got to finish buttoning some things up. But I wanted to show you our garage door detail. So what we're doing here on the garage doors is usually you have a gap here, and it just lets a lot of air right through, and then there's a weather seal that just slips over. So these are R18 doors, and so I wanted to make sure that I have as much insulation up against the door as possible. So this is just 1 inch foam, or excuse me, 3/4 inch foam. We have a trim board here. Another trim board will cover up that, and then the air seal will go on the outside of that board. So if we look down at this door, which is done, this is how it'll look when everything's done. So behind here is that insulation which presses against the door. So the door lifts up, it kind of goes back a little bit and doesn't rub that insulation, but as it comes down it pushes against it. So that creates an air seal, but it's also insulated, and then our rubber piece will go against the door here. So that will keep an air seal as well as a little bit extra insulation. Before, you could just see right through the door. There was, probably a good 1/2 inch gap or more in some areas. And then where the door isn't straight, you can see we've shimmed out behind here, and then we'll foam in between those on the inside to seal it up even better. And you can see some of these doors were pretty far off. So this one's got some shims behind it, so we'll foam back up inside all that. And then I pushed this out 2 inches, so if we end up doing some type of veneer stone, it should come out maybe just a little bit beyond that trim piece there. Not quite sure what we're doing with the walls just yet. We keep going back and forth. I know we're beyond the period that you're supposed to cover up the zip siding, or zip sheeting, but it's been holding together, and I've seen people have this stuff up for quite a while before they actually do anything. This one's already taken care of too, so we just need to put those seals in there. I ran out of rough cedar, so I've got that ordered. It should come in today, and then we'll get those painted and then finish trimming out these doors. But hopefully I'll keep the air out and keep it a little bit warmer in there. I'm up in the roof. Don't worry about those nails. I did see that I missed them, and I put the correct ones in. Anyways, I am raising my wall here from down the deck. This is on the back deck area off the master bedroom. I have to raise this wall up so the spray foamers have something to spray against. So I'm just coming up to, we had some braces in here, so I just ran a 2x6 along there. And then this cavity they can fill with foam, so I don't have to go all the way up to the roof deck. But I got a little bit more to go. So I hit the bathroom wall there, and then I'm going to lay a 2x6 on top of that trusses, and then run that up to the roof deck as well. And then I have to sheet this. That should be it. And then sheeting this wall is going to be interesting, so I'm going to have to cut a bunch of little pieces to make it all fit. But it shouldn't be too bad. This wall should be pretty easy. I'm not going to use the zip sheeting on this. It's out of the elements, tucked up underneath. I'll go ahead and tape the seams, although I don't know if it's really needed, because once the spray foam is in, it'll be fully encapsulated and will make a difference. So get that done. I gotta start running plumbing in the master bath. I think all my wiring is ran to where it needs to go, so that should be done for foam. I gotta run my plumbing, and gotta finish the chimney, and gotta put taps to the outside for our exhaust vents, our ERV. The condenser, I gotta put a hole for the condenser lines for the air conditioning system, which went with a Mr. Cool ducted mini split 4-ton. To do the whole house, and it has 4 smaller units, 2 1-ton units and 2 3/4 ton units. And I had the addition to add another 3/4 ton unit if we ever get around to adding on the family room, sunroom area and everything. So, quick update, but gotta keep trucking along here. Okay, turn this around. Right, so I've got bathroom wall almost all the way up. Notching out this was a lot easier than I thought. Getting the board up here was harder than notching it out. I got a little 48-inch piece to do on that corner. I'll take care of that in the morning. But the top piece was no big deal. I just slid it into place, let it notch out maybe 2 spots, nailed that in. The gap at the top will get filled with foam. Foam expands enough it'll fill that. So down here, this was 47 inches, no, 40 inches was this piece from top to bottom. Getting that up here was not fun. Tight quarters. But anyways, I just set it in place, notched with the Sawzall where every stud was at on the top and the bottom. Pulled out, you can see my chalk line right there. So I measured down, snapped the chalk line. You can see my chalk line right down there. Cut it up to where it needed to be, and then knocked it into place. It was a little tighter than I would have liked, but it's up and it's done. So I'll finish that other one up tomorrow. Ouch. But it's dark. So anyways, this is over the sunroom area. The master is in here. So I'll have to sheet this wall tomorrow and then finish sheeting this little spot down here, and then this whole section will be done and ready to foam. And then I can start working on the plumbing on the inside wall here. And yep. So all this will be, it's got the foam, rigid foam against the roof decking, just because I had to put that on there. Otherwise the roof decking would step down an inch. So it's a lot easier just to foam it all the way across. It's not really going to do a whole heck of a lot because it's not going to be a conditioned space below, but it will make it easier when I roofed it anyways. Alright, well that's that. I'm going to go get some dinner and warm up. It's chilling off. I can see my breath. Hey, tripping on my cords. So that's all done. I taped a couple of the seams that may have a gap where the spray foam may push out a little bit. It's not really that big of a deal. It's expanding so fast. So up there, it's pretty much all open, 3.5 inches. That's not that big of a deal. So I'm in the master now, working on the plumbing side of things. So we're undecided on a vanity yet, but I'm gonna make it basically fit an 8-foot vanity or a 7-foot vanity. So there'll be a sink over there and a sink over here. Stool will be there. So what I'm doing now is I got to run my pipe up the wall. It'll connect to this drain. Assuming it'll come up and then come this way, connect into a vent pipe that's going to come up. So my stool's there. Vent pipe will come over, up through this wall, through there, come across, connect to that vent, connect to that vanity vent, and then it'll go all the way over and up out my roof and the cupola over there. So all that's got to be done before they can foam. I'll also get my water lines in. So I got to bring my water lines up from below. And I'll just have them hanging down below for now. And I need to stub them in on either side. So I need to order those too. It'll be through Amazon, so it'll be here today. But I'm probably going to go ahead and, once they spray foam, go ahead and just put sheeting across this whole wall. Reason being is that then I don't have to worry about where I'm screwing. I'm going to hit something every time when I start putting the vanities and things in. Probably put towel rods there. This isn't the best layout for towels, with the window being there and the way the tub is, but Natalie wanted to be able to take a shower and look out the window, and I wanted to be able to sit on the pot and look out the window. So we both took up, either side of the window. I'll probably figure out something here to maybe have towels here. I guess if I built a little wall coming out over and back in and had a little closet from there facing this way, we could hang towels along this wall, which would be ideal. I may have a little bar under the window and maybe one there by the stool as well. So I'll figure all that out. I can wait to build this wall. I have to pull the tub out, which is why there's no plumbing there right now, because they have to foam behind it. Also, when the stool goes down and across, it will catch the 2-inch line coming across from the tub. And then I usually use a 2-inch line for the vanities as well, but below I have a floor joist. So that's why I had to cut this so close to the outside there so I wouldn't hit that floor joist, which is 3.5 inches wide. But anyways, that will tie into the 3-inch line coming across. Tub will come from this way, vanity from this way, vanity from this way. This is the garage wall underneath. It will poke through the garage wall. It will head over that way and then down into my drain in the garage where I set that up to be able to drain the RV when we come back from a camping trip. Still got to turn where the toilet goes measurement wise. Sorry, I'm covered in dust from cutting those holes. It's really fine dust too. So right there is my point for the stool. If I were to drill it right there, it'd be okay. So you go, the center of your stool is 12 inches off your wall. If you don't have drywall on there yet, then you're going to be 12.5 inches. I actually need to push this way because I'm going to add that 7/16 OSB. So I actually need to be roughly 13 inches off the wall. And then you have to be 18 off a wall to your left or your right. Or if you're next to a vanity, you can be 15 inches. You can be a little bit shorter if you're going to butt up next to a vanity. We're actually going to have more room here because this is my 8-foot line if we do a 96-inch vanity. So I'm actually going to slide this point over until I'm 18 inches off of that point, not off the wall. 15 is doable, but it gets a little tight. So anyways, I'm going to push the toilet this way to give us more room against the wall. Natalie usually likes to have magazines and stuff like that next to there anyways. So that's the goal for now. Got that up. You can see those holes to the top there. When they spray foam, it'll fill all that up. Oh, real quick, my measurements. So your drain line is typically 18 to 20 inches off your floor. So I'm going to go 20 inches because I don't know what we're doing with the floor yet and how much that will raise it. If we're going to do, we're probably not going to do tile. It'll probably be like a, what do you call it? The vinyl planking, something like that, which isn't very thick. But I'm going to go the higher height of 20, and then my valves for my hot and cold water will be up a little bit higher. So I just got to put a board through here still to have those pop through. So we have a young rooster. It wasn't supposed to be a rooster. We were supposed to get all females, but one of them is turned out to be a adolescent male. It's really funny because he's really trying to get his call on in the morning. He sounds like a preteen. His voice cracks a lot, so we'll see if we can get him to do it this morning. Morning, chickens. He always did it yesterday when I let him out. He gets all excited. Give him some scraps. Okay. Oh, and your eggs are getting eggs. You gotta crush the shells so they don't think that it's their eggs. It's this guy right here. Guess he's not gonna perform for us this morning.